Access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the Judgment Free Zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Old School with DP and J.
So I knew that it was a crapshoot with the grown-up professionals at the highest level. Who's going to bet? I don't know whether the starting center's girlfriend broke up with him, whether his parents have groceries that week. I don't know whether his roommate and him had a fight. So why would I want to bet on that?
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Happy hour.
How's life treating you, man?
Here's why people don't really respond to your questions, Nick. Are we in the circle of truth? You really want to know why? Because the feeling when you ask those questions is not very genuine. You really don't care about our feelings. You only care about Nick.
You make me sound so
It
bad.
is. You really only care about Nick.
I do care.
No, you do not.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't ask you. You only ask that question because it seems nice.
And you want to look good on the street.
That's not it at all.
It makes you sound like a nice person. You don't care. You don't care how
You
much
really
it
don't.
was.
It's cool.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Early break with Sip and Jake.
Did we had dinner that night?
Yeah, you did seem a little rattled. Not terribly, but a little.
So
He doesn't relax very well.
No.
He does. Jake's not very relaxed.
This did come up during the game when things weren't going well. I'm in agony. It's like watching yourself die.
That's what it felt like.
That
was during the game.
During the game, I have the text
It felt like
circled.
Yeah, it felt like watching yourself die in that arena, basically. Nebraska, you have 98 points. Should have been 120, essentially, but they give 98 points.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert
I am a huge guy.
and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome in. Happy Friday. This is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, no Rico today. He's actually out of town at a bachelor party. Okay,
living his best life.
If you're to go to a bachelor party,
okay,
where are a couple of cities that you may think folks will go?
Vegas, Nashville.
Okay. Nashville. Any other guesses?
Atlanta, not too bad.
Atlanta's not too bad.
Atlanta's not
Miami.
Okay,
Miami for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to one at the end of April in Scottsdale. Okay,
Arizona.
Right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Been there.
Here is where Rico is spending his weekend at the bachelor party. Oklahoma City. That man went to Oklahoma City for a bachelor party. That's not a knock. Some people love Oklahoma City.
You know,
Oklahoma City's fine. It's
a lot
just
of
a
culture.
little unique.
Very
unique.
Yeah, unique is
right.
the word.
He can hang out at Toby Keith's bar. That's a pretty sweet. Rest in peace,
I
Toby
didn't even
Keith.
know the name. Yeah,
Toby Keith has a pretty sweet spot down there,
Okay.
I will say. I have bad memories of Oklahoma City, just because when Nebraska played Oklahoma in 2021, I went down there with a couple of buddies, and we stayed at a hotel just outside of Oklahoma City in Moore, Oklahoma. It was a Super 8.
Yeah,
Not a great spot.
nah.
It was not great. Nick Sainert, Terrell Farley, Chief Borders with you. We're live from the chocolate season. We're here for a little less than one more hour up until 2 o'clock from the chocolate season in Williamsburg Village. Come out, satisfy your sweet tooth before celebrating Easter this weekend. The chocolate season open until 5 p.m. today and from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. So for those that may have not gotten their Easter gifts, the Easter bunny's still trying to figure out what to get some children.
Still hopping around.
This is the place to go. The chocolate season in Williamsburg Village has everything from variety boxes of chocolates, chocolate cover food, to peanut brittle. So visit their location once again in Williamsburg Village or online at thechocolateseason.com. Once again, open until 5 p.m. today. All right, guys. So the reason I have you guys on the show, it's me, Chief, Terrell, and then Bach is still here as well. We just made some chocolate.
Yeah, we did.
We made some. We just painted some bunnies for the Easter season. As wild as that sounds, that is what we did. We We
Spot
spent, frankly, the last hour from 12 to 1 painting bunnies.
Handcrafting
Yeah.
bunnies.
Yeah. Now, Erica, the owner of the Chocolate Season, helped you out a little bit.
Yeah,
Chief.
she did. She did.
She did. She helped you out.
Helped me out.
But Terrell, you made yours 100% from you.
Well, first of all, Nick, I want to tell you that I'm a man, so don't think less of me that I made a bunny that you
man.
can try me
Nobody's
Now,
thinking
I
less
did-
of you, man.
I did make a chocolate bunny, and
Yeah.
I colored it, and I painted them.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm still Terrell Farley, the
Exactly.
black shirt.
At the
There you
end
are.
of the day.
Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Well, and Chief is still a current Husker, and,
You know what
and
I'm
I'm
saying?
still me.
Right.
Yeah, we
right.
won't tell his teammates.
Yeah, no.
I don't
You
think
might
my
take-
teammates would judge. You know what I'm saying? If
So-
anything, they'll be like, all right, cool, let me get some chocolate.
We got like
I'm
5
gonna
minutes,
go to-
I think,
I'm
until
gonna
we
go
get
to
to take
practice.
them out of their molds.
I'm gonna go to practice and say, "She painted a bunny."
Yeah,
A bunny.
hey, you know,
It's
the
Easter.
the media, hey, the media is allowed at practice once a week, and I can just head over to the linebacker room and be like, hey guys, you know what Chief did last week? I got video to prove it.
Man, come on, man.
We got
ain't gonna
video
do that.
last
I
week
wouldn't
to
let
prove
you
it.
do like
man.
that.
But nonetheless,
Appreciate that.
here's the thing. I mean, so we I think learned the appreciation for what the chocolate season does.
Facts.
Because so Erica brought over these molds, obviously, and she brought over the paint, and we turns out it's cocoa butter.
Yeah.
The paint is that you use, and you cannot take too long because it dries up. And so we figured out what kind of styles we wanted to have
Mhm.
for each bunny, and it's a process. It
Big
is a
process.
process.
Big
It's
process.
you got to let the cocoa butter dry, and
Yeah.
then you got to do one thing of chocolate inside.
One layer of
tap
chocolate.
out the air bubbles.
Yeah, a lot of tapping.
A lot of tapping. Tap out the air bubbles. Pour out the chocolate. Let that
Freeze.
temper. I believe Erica, that's the name.
She said
Temper.
Temper.
Tempering the
right,
chocolate.
Correct word.
You got to make sure after the air bubbles, you just got to temper the chocolate. Put it back in the
Back
in the
in the
fridge
freezer.
or in the freezer. And wait another 10 minutes.
Yep.
Pour some more chocolate. Do it again. So it's a double process
Double
there.
process.
And then finally, we put some jelly beans in there.
Starburst.
Starburst jelly beans, and we ended up filling it with chocolate, putting it on top, and they're currently in the freezer hardening, tempering,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we're about ready to take it out of the mold here in a
Yes.
couple minutes.
And
Can't wait.
I gotta say, guys, I've never claimed to be an artist. I'm sure you guys have done the same. I'm pretty proud with how the design looks.
I don't like coloring. Not at all.
I was never good at it.
No.
I don't have the steady
Drawn into
hand.
the lines and things of that nature. That wasn't my favorite thing growing up.
I'm
Not
good with
at all.
colored pencils. It's the whole like painting thing
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
good with.
Yeah. Painting is different. You know, it takes a clever man to
Yeah.
paint, you know?
Anyway, so Terrell, well, I mean, let's talk about the chocolate season though for a second, because I walked in at 8 a.m. this morning, and I was like, "This place is cool. It's got a cool ambiance. It's got a cool vibe with it. It's elegant.
Yeah, it is.
But then it's also a spot where you can come over, have a good time, sit down, do some work, or if you just want to have a nice little easy conversation with a buddy or a friend, this is the place to do it."
I messed around this morning and had that all nighter coffee and got that 2 double shots of espresso.
So the all nighter. So you're pretty hyped up right now. You got the Pit Viper sunglasses on
Pit
too.
Vipers on.
Yeah,
He's ready to-
I'm
the
pretty
black
hyped
shirt
up.
is active.
And then I had the what kind of cheesecake that was. It was very good.
I don't know. Here,
I think it
I'll
was
tell
a
you this.
chocolate marble.
I'll tell you
that's-
this.
that
I had
sounds
the cinnamon sugar coffee cake this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not a big like breakfast person. I don't eat a lot of breakfast consistently. If I do, it's like a protein bar, nothing crazy. Love lunch. I love dinner. But here's the thing: is I came out here, got the cinnamon sugar coffee cake, sat down with it. It was nice and fresh, warm. Ate it in a blink of an eye, and then Erica, as she has done all day, has provided us with these beautiful sweet treats. And here's the thing: she brought this freshly made monkey bread out of the oven.
What?
And AD, myself, Almond Green, we all sat there, go, all right, this is to die for.
go time.
We out of here like this. So, all right. So let's talk a couple things as we await the unveiling of our chocolate, of our chocolate bunnies filled with jelly beans.
Yeah.
We're going to show the stream. So this is the time, if there's ever a day to go over on the stream, the Facebook, YouTube video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 961. You can also chime in on the show, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line. Because once again, we'll show all 4 of our chocolate bunnies on the stream.
Oh, yeah. And Bach as well.
Bach is with us. He's sitting across the way. So now is the day to go to the stream to see him here in just a few minutes. we might even have to do a poll on Twitter and say, all right, which chocolate bunny
Which one is
the best between myself, Terrell, Chief, and Bach? Which chocolate bunny is the best design?
Well, the oldest guy should win, so that should be me. But I'm not
not
going to.
Why do you think the oldest guy should win?
I think
Let's
I
give it
took
to the
my
great
time.
generation over here.
I think I took my time on mine, and I decorated. I put freckles in his face.
Yep.
So we're gonna see how it looks. I think Bach overdid it.
Bach overdid it.
Yeah, Bach overdid it.
Wow.
He's one of those little kids who rushes their thing.
I'm not sure Chiefs isn't even in the running because he didn't fully
Yeah,
hit
he had
his.
help.
You know
He had
what?
help.
He had
Don't
help.
even do
Yeah,
all
he-
that.
So really, it's a 2-man race.
Actually,
you know,
not necessarily.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah.
She gave me a helping lending hand. I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
Notorious B.I.B. says on the text line, it's hard to believe that Farley's given up COD Call of Duty time to make chocolate.
Oh no! See, that's the thing. He don't know. I stay right down the street.
That's right.
So, hey, I'll be on the game.
This is our
Let's-
neighborhood, Terrell.
That's my neighborhood. Nick.
This is our
But,
neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm not far, but I still got to let the dogs out. Still got to feed them.
Yep.
Still got to give them water.
Well, so are they just wondering where lunch is right now?
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we
hopefully they
appreciate
still
you just hanging
sleep.
out.
They gonna be hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
They fell asleep hungry. They say, where's Farley at?
Nah. He take
Just
care of
they fall asleep with their head in their food bowl.
No.
It's like where?
Food bowls are put up.
No, okay.
Ah,
There you
don't-
go.
You don't leave food bowls out. Certain.
Is that right?
Yeah. They. It's just a
I
habit.
don't have a dog, so I don't know the whole situation. So once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line. So let's talk about designs real quick because I did blue, white, and then some. I don't care. I'm a man. I'm 23. In the name of Mike Gundy, I did the little pink spreckles.
Yes.
Freckles, if you want.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, everybody knows what I'm kind of doing. Flakes at
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I'm a simple man,
Yeah.
and that's all I tried to do.
You know what? My bunny had green. It had baby blue. It had pink and white.
Yeah, cow spots.
Yeah.
It was kind of cow spot
something
type
like
of
that.
things.
Yeah, it was a good little vibe. You know,
All right,
Miss
cool.
Erica got me right. But I can't wait for that poll, and we're gonna see who has the best bunny, best looking bunny for sure.
Yeah, Terrell, how'd you go about it?
Well, I think I did my tail pink. My ears was white with a little black in the inside of it. Then I did some freckles around the facial area, and we'll just see. We're gonna show you in a few, so we're not gonna really be able to tell you because I forgot it already.
You already forgot what yours looked like.
CTE.
See,
Oh man.
All right.
dang, it's a real issue.
Yeah, it's real.
All right, so once again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 961, the place to go. We're gonna go ahead and step aside. We'll take a quick break. I would imagine that when we return, the bunnies would be ready.
Yes.
The bunnies would be ready, I would imagine. So we'll show those live on air. I think Austin Orman, who's back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios as well, is going to join me as we talk a little Husker baseball in segment number 2. We're also going to get Erica on the air to talk about the process. Yep, as she peeks around the corner. She acts. One thing you notice about Erica is she acts like she's not a natural on the radio, but in reality, every time that she's been on, she's had zero issues. We get good compliments on the text line. We get funny compliments on the text line. We're all good to go. So we're going to get Erica on the air, the owner of the chocolate season, talk about her journey, why even start a chocolate business, because and some of the special things that they do here, because it's all handmade. And we saw it. She talked about it. It took us an hour to make one. And she said they'll knock out 80 of these. It's these bunnies, by the way, sold out. It's one of the hottest items in the chocolate business right now. And they're sold out. We're going to have the only 3 fresh bunnies.
Exclusive.
4 fresh bunnies.
Exclusive.
In the city of Lincoln.
Facebook Market. It'll be
Yeah,
on there.
there it is. Who highest bidder gets Terrell Farley's bunny.
Right.
But there it is. No, let's just step aside and we'll talk a little Husker baseball as they get ready for a series against the Northwestern Wildcats this weekend. We'll probably unveil our chocolate bunnies filled with jelly beans with our cool designs.
Yes, sir.
That's on the outside with cocoa butter when we return. You're listening to Happy Hour. Huge thanks to Empire Fence and Netting for their support. As always, we'll step aside. Come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year.
Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Coppell. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with proof credit. Stock number G214773.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design. Take a computer course. Learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket. and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I vomited last night.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I literally vomited. I threw up.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert with you. Let's go ahead and bring in my man, Austin Orman, back from the 93.7 The Ticket studios. As in front of me, Farley and Bach, as well as Chief, are officially taking the bunnies out of their molds. And so we'll show those in just a few moments, maybe in the final segment. Actually, we'll show those bunnies off. But Austin, first of all, hello.
Hey, Nick. How's it going?
I am doing well. The chocolate season, awesome place. Wish you could be here.
Treating you right. Wish I could be there for sure.
Yeah, for real, right? I just grabbed a peach mango energizer, which is I had the Neapolitan latte earlier today.
Yeah, I saw your new nickname is Neapolitan Nick.
I guess it is. I don't make the rules. It's better than some of the other nicknames I think some of the listeners have given me. But nonetheless, I now have a peach mango energizer, and so it's a great idea if you guys are feeling the drag of Friday afternoon. You want to get out of here, come on by, stop by the chocolate season, and you don't have to even come in. It's a drive-through, right? The drive-through is open at 7 a.m. The actual shop is open at 8 a.m. They're open until 5 p.m. today, and they're open 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. So make sure you stop on by. All right, Austin, reason I want to bring you in is us two baseball guys. We have a series to talk about this weekend. Nebraska baseball, 17-5 on the year. They're winners of 16 of their last 19 and 7 straight. However, they've kind of been thrown a curveball, if you will, as their last 2 games have been canceled because of kind of poor weather. One of those against the New Mexico State Aggies, the other one against 23rd ranked Kansas State on Tuesday. Do you worry at all about momentum kind of being halted as they get ready for a series against Northwestern this weekend?
This early in the year, I don't love the fact that they've had this amount of time off, but welcome to Northern baseball. That's really just the state of things for teams, really north of the Mason-Dixon line in college baseball, is that when the spring starts, you deal with weather. And then as you get later into the spring, instead of it being cold and snowy, now it's rainy. You have to worry about that. So it's just par for the course. I think Will Bolt's been around long enough to know how to deal with it. Nebraska wasn't overly banged up, right? Josh Overbeek came back, so it's not like you used these couple games off to get him healthy because he was there and back in the lineup. So if Nebraska had been more banged up early on, maybe it would have been nice to have a little bit of a week off. But this is a team, Nick, on a 7-game win streak that, if you could have, worn the championship Sunday Blacks against New Mexico State, that would have been cool to get a series sweep. And then really the first test, serious test since maybe Wichita, maybe South Alabama. I mean, it's been a few weeks since Nebraska's really put itself out there against a, top 40, top 30, obviously, like you said, top 25 caliber team in Kansas State. They're just down the road. Nebraska didn't have a game like that in the midweek last year. And we've talked about this before. Not only does Nebraska need the quantity of wins, which it's doing pretty well already, 17-5, like you said, Nebraska needs those opportunity for quality wins as well. So I'm more disappointed that Nebraska didn't have the chance to play Kansas State specifically than anything.
Well, and I think you look up and down this roster, right? And as they get ready for Northwestern, who is currently 10-12 on the season, I'm really interested to see how much longer and how sustainable Brett Sears' performances are, right? Mm-hmm. He's had such an incredible start to the season. Brett Sears, Nebraska's Friday night starter. I would categorize him as Nebraska's ace so far to this point of the season. I mean, there's been multiple games, 6 scoreless innings where he's allowed 4 hits, not walking guys, not giving up too many free passes. Things like that are crucial, especially in one-run ball games. And Nebraska's offense is good, but it's not necessarily anything to write home about right now, to where you can have a lackluster pitching performance and still feel okay about the offense manufacturing 6, 7, 8 runs consistently. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. You and I spoke to Lance Harvell prior to the season even starting, and he admitted, he's like, listen, we're going to be a good offense, which they are, and then they've dealt with a couple of injuries through the early parts of the year. But I think what's most importantly, their pitching has been really, really impressive, especially their back end bullpen. In some of those midweek games that they've played against Omaha and North Dakota State, it's been a pretty strong outing for the back end bullpen over the last couple of performances. And that's such a sight for sore eyes when last year that wasn't necessarily the case.
Absolutely, it wasn't. We talked about the lack of depth among the pitching staff in Nebraska with Olsen and Kaminska at the top, then really trying to piece together how to win games in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Casey Dice has been good. Rand Sanders hasn't allowed an earned run in 7 innings.
Yeah,
only one
Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, only 1 run overall, only 2 hits. So he's been good when called on. You look at Kyle Fralick has been pretty solid. Jalen Worthley has come in and thrown innings. Casey Dice, as advertised, I would say. Kind of a bit of a rough opening weekend for him, but I'm not really that concerned. He really seems to have settled in. So that's where you combine Brett Sears, length, ability to go, 6+ innings pretty consistently with a solid back end of the bullpen. That takes pressure off of, say, a Drew Christo on Saturday, where if he has to go as hard as he can for 4 innings, Nebraska knows it has different guys that can mix and match to give them, an inning here, 2 innings there, get a couple key outs here to get it to the back end of the bullpen. And then, of course, on Sunday, you want 3 no doubt starters. You try to save your bullpen games for your midweek games, but with a young guy that hasn't started much in Mason McConaughey and a guy still trying to find his footing in Drew Christo, last year Nebraska didn't have the luxury of being able to mix and match, depend on guys multiple days in a row all the time. Now, if Sears is setting the tone on Friday, you feel really good about your chances there, and then that gives you creativity and flexibility for Saturday and Sunday.
It is unfortunate that, a couple of those names, most notably Drew Christo, is struggling to find the footing. It's unfortunate just because he was such frankly, a highly touted prospect coming out of high school. He was a guy that got a few Major League Baseball looks in the draft and such, but ultimately, I think made the right decision to go to college and come to Nebraska. Unfortunately, just hasn't worked out consistently. He's had a couple of nice outings this year. He's certainly looked better this year than in years past. And so maybe that's something that you can kind of hang your hat on if you're him and if you're Nebraska. I'm going to be fascinated to have a conversation at the end of the season, whether this is with Coach Bolt or with some of the players. And I think this would be like a good one to have with like Kyle Perry of what's been the difference with like Rob Childress leading the room instead of Jeff Christie instead of Jeff Christie. It's what's been the difference if this type of pitching performances from top to bottom really continue throughout the entire season.
I think a lot of it's going to be throwing strikes. I think when I talked to Evan Bland, he said the ratio that Rob Childress wants his pitchers to shoot for strikeouts to walks is 3-1. That's an elite number in the college baseball ranks. Nebraska's at about 2 1/3 or 2 2/3 and to 184 strikeouts as a staff compared to 67 walks. That's pretty good. That's a step in the right direction because, Nick, I remember multiple times last year, especially in the midweek, Nebraska, it would just beat itself up because it didn't give the defense a chance. The guys wouldn't throw strikes, and when they did, they were hittable. So I think you look at the command of the pitches and the control. I think Nebraska's spotting up better this year, especially in some of those leverage counts. They're able to throw the pitches that they want to rather than just hoping it goes over the plate.
It's interesting. We talk about the bullpen so much, and maybe we don't do a good enough job of referencing examples on how it can be so beneficial when you have a consistent and quality back end. I suppose I look at like 2021 where Nebraska was in Arkansas. They went down to Fayetteville, and it's highlighted and maybe even blurred a little bit by Spencer Schwellenbach because he was so efficient for Nebraska. Other than that, I think back to specifically the 2021 regional when they were down at Baumwalker in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And granted, you're playing basically what was the number 1 overall seed at the time. So you take it with a grain of salt, but they didn't really have many guys that they could comfortably lean on, I think, for extended periods of time.
That team, I pulled the bullpen up just to think back. Jake Buns was there, had a little bit of the issue at Arkansas, but was pretty good that year, all things considered. You think about one of the guys that got drafted off of that team, Cam Wynn, came in and was throwing gas out of the bullpen. But then you were really piecing it together. If you look at the number of appearances, Tyler Martin got the ball quite a bit. Caleb Feakin, Kyle Perry, Max Schreiber was a leverage guy. But I think Nebraska, might not. There's obviously no Spencer Schwellenbach in the bullpen or on the field. But even if the star power isn't there, I think the depth is. And that's helpful on a day-to-day basis, if not so much a game-to-game basis.
Well, and to that point, right? And Nebraska, the Spencer Schwellenbachs don't come and go just every single year for a program like Nebraska. That's okay. Yeah, I know, right? If only Nebraska could have a second round, pick out of the bullpen each year. And that's okay. Like, Nebraska can still win games consistently and at a high rate. I think the most important part is Will Bolt talks so much about getting to a regional, but also hosting a regional for Nebraska. It's early in the season. Yes, you're only 22 games into the season. Now you're starting conference play, and Nebraska travels to Northwestern, but then you also look at some of the better schools in the conference, and you and I have had these conversations on and off air of the top 4 teams really in the Big Ten Conference all come to you. You don't have to make a travel to you don't have to travel to Indiana, and you don't have to travel out east to Maryland and Ohio State, even Iowa comes to Lincoln. You have it. I hate to play the schedule conversation, but it lines up okay for Nebraska when it comes to conference play, to where Will Bolt talks so much about if you want to evolve your program and evolve facilities and recruiting and conversations around your program to get that national respect, you have to host regionals. And while it's early, this feels like a team from top to bottom that's not going to lose a lot of midweek games like they did last year. And it feels like they're in a spot to where they can get 2 of 3 each weekend against a mid-level Big Ten conference.
Absolutely. I mean, the schedule will look differently depending on who gets hot all of a sudden, who gets cold all of a sudden. But from this vantage point right now, yes, it does set up favorably for Nebraska. That's just a fact. I'm going to reference something that, again, Evan Bland wrote. Nebraska hasn't hosted a regional since 2008, but since that time, 5 Big Ten teams have hosted a regional in 15 seasons. That's not a lot. Here are those 5 teams. 2012 Purdue, who was 14-3 entering conference play. 2013 Indiana at 15-3. 10-8. 2014 Indiana. 18-5-1. 2015 Illinois. 14-8 Minnesota in 2018. And then 2 years ago, Maryland got off to a really hot start at 20-5. Nebraska's non-conference strength of schedule is already higher than those teams, and the record is on par with, if not better than, everyone except for that 2022 Maryland team. All that to say, anything this team wants to accomplish is on the table. You can't go and lay an egg in Evanston, right? Yeah. Taking 2 of 3 is the bare minimum expectation. Northwestern's better than last year. It would be hard for them to stay where they were at. That program has been through so much turmoil. I mean, we talk so much about Pat Fitzgerald in football. This baseball team's on its 3rd coach in 3 years. What was going on with Foster last year, the head coach? It was a mess. So they've already matched last year's win total. They're not a pushover this year, but Nebraska's clearly better. This is a perfect take care of business road series.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Northwestern's a team 10-12. They've only played, I believe, 2 games at home this season, in where they're 1-1 overall. Northwestern has. They don't have somebody that's going to blow you away. They don't have the type of hitter. I think they have one guy, Trent Leonini or something. I believe something like that can hit for power at times from that lineup. But to your point, like, this is a night where, once again, if you're Nebraska, if you're Will Bolt, Rob Childress, you need Brett Sears to go out, give you 5-6 innings of quality pitching, and allow your offense to get up 3-4-0 and just let that bullpen go to work. This is not a night you want to use 5-6 types of pitchers. You don't want to get into a run war where you're facing, it's a 12-10 type of finish. Things like that set you up for chaos to follow on Saturday and Sunday. Nebraska's a team, they have to kind of stick to the script, stay on schedule, manufacture runs the way they have been. And I think also you look at one of the, like, Dylan Carey is not playing up to Dylan Carey standards. No. And there's other guys stepping up on this roster night in and night out that give you hope and excitement for the future. And Nebraska in D1 baseball, their round of 64 projections, Nebraska came up as a 2 seed in the Norman, Oklahoma regional against the Oklahoma Sooners. You remember that game against Oklahoma in the first weekend. It's probably one that Nebraska would like to have back. They were up, if I remember correctly, 5-1 at one point in that game, and then they blew it in the 9th inning on a
You were
walk-off.
1 pitch away from winning it.
Yeah, you were 1 pitch away from winning it. Down to their last strike were the Sooners, and you fell, and you didn't get it. To your point, their strength of schedule, I believe, is around like the 28th in the nation type of mark, which is a good thing. And so now you're not going to get a whole lot of boost in the RPI from the conference slate. We know that. We have those conversations year in and year out about that. You did a good enough job in the non-con, and you didn't drop a bad midweek game to you lost one to Wichita State, but you didn't drop one to Omaha, and you didn't drop it to North Dakota State. Those 2 games, by the way, the Omaha and North Dakota State games, were in disastrous conditions for baseball. The wind was blowing in against North Dakota State. You had to manufacture runs. It was a 3-1 finish. Rand Sanders came in and slammed the door for Will Bolt and his staff on a cold, windy Wednesday night at Haymarket. Those are the type of wins that Nebraska needs to have if they want to be even in conversations to host a regional.
Gritty, not pretty, right?
Yeah.
That was not an appealing baseball product if you're looking for runs, if you're looking for the long ball. But it was beautiful in the eyes of Will Bolt and his coaching staff, and I think his players too, because it's one thing, Nick, if the coach likes the result of a game and how his team played, but you have guys coming up there the next time out, swinging for the fences, saying, it's just so hard to string singles together. Let me be the one to hit the big shot here. Nebraska seems to be bought into the Will Bolt style of coaching. Lance Harvell's work on the base paths, how aggressive that Nebraska wants to be. And you can tell that, 40% of the way through the schedule that this team leans into the identity that their head coach wants for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. So once again, Nebraska gets ready for Northwestern. Nebraska 17-5 this year. They've won 7 in a row. They're 7-2 away from Haymarket Park. They get ready for a road series, a 3-game set against the Northwestern Wildcats. Fun fact, they play just in a little over an hour. First pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. Central Time. On Saturday, it's a 1 p.m. first pitch, and on Sunday, a 1 p.m. first pitch as well. All those games broadcasted on Big Ten Plus. Then next Tuesday, another midweek opportunity as you face the Creighton Blue Jays, who just defeated Georgetown earlier today, 8-0. They've had a nice little start to their season. The Blue Jays have. That one's up at Charles Schwab Field. So Tuesday night, I don't know about you, Austin. I think I'm going to make the trek up there. I think I'm going to make the trek up to Charles Schwab Field to check out the Huskers and Blue Jays on Tuesday night.
I can't promise anything. I would definitely enjoy the opportunity to go. But let me just say, let's get Blur Tailgate going again.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that experience up there at the College World Series. Get familiar, Nebraska. We want to see you up there quite a bit here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to Nebraska baseball starting off the conference slate. They do so in a little over an hour at 3 p.m. with a first pitch against the 10-12 overall Northwestern Wildcats. Nebraska, their last 2 games canceled because of poor weather. One of those against New Mexico State, the other against 23rd ranked Kansas State. Nebraska is on the outside, just on the fringe of the top 25. So you don't know what a sweep could do for Nebraska. Not only would that mark win number 20 on your record, which is kind of a milestone in itself, but also who knows what the committee will look at. And if Nebraska is a top 25 program on Monday, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked out of this world if I do say so myself. All right, Austin, appreciate you hanging out. Stick around. Go ahead and preview what's coming up on the block here today.
It's going to be a good one. We'll talk a lot of Sweet 16, obviously. 4 games yesterday, 1 not so good game, 1 pretty good game, and 2 really good games for my money. So Strick and I will go over those. We'll talk about tonight's Sweet 16 games as well. The Oakland A's had a tailgate protest. It was a little weird. So Strick and I want to get into that. Keisei Tamanaga will be in the 3-point shootout at the Final Four weekend. Lots of stuff for the Husker Hall of Famer and myself to get to.
All right, one question without giving away too much analysis. Just give us a tease. What game are you most excited about tonight? Duke, of course.
Obviously.
Of course. There it is.
That's very high on the list. Marquette, I hope, takes care of business. I don't want that to be an exciting game. So if I have to go non-Duke division, it's going to be the track meet between Purdue and Gonzaga.
Okay, there you go. Ryan Nembhard for Gonzaga. Obviously, we know Zach Edey. I think I said this earlier today, and I don't want to go too far into your analysis because I don't want to take away from your show. But I said it earlier this morning. Whoever is officiating that game matters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Are the officials able to correctly handle Zach Edey going up against frankly, I mean, in the Sweet 16? So here you are. How is that game officiated? I think plays a big part in it.
We weren't going to talk about this, so I'll just throw my 2 cents out there. The hardest part about college versus NBA is that these guys are only there for 1 to, I guess, 7 years now with the COVID guys, but really traditionally 1 to 4, 1 to 5 years. And Zach Edey didn't play much his first year and change on campus. So these college officials don't have much of a learning curve. They have to be ready for these guys from the get-go. But you don't want to assume how you officiate a guy. You want to call the fouls if they're there. But that's where I think NBA refs have an advantage when they get to see, Shaquille O'Neal for 10, 15 years in his prime. You see Giannis, you see Jimmy Butler, LeBron, guys like that. Yeah, those are superstars that are going to get some superstar calls, but they're also athletic, marvels, wonders. So the more you see them, the more you officiate their games, you kind of know how often they get bumped, what affects them, what doesn't, what's natural, what's unnatural. College officials don't have that same leeway and runway for a guy like Zach Edey. Throw Donovan Clingan in that conversation. Even some of like Zion Williamson a few years ago. It's difficult just because those college careers are so compressed.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think that's a really good point there with just the longevity of a career, I guess. Although it's 7 years, also seasons aren't as long, right? You don't get as much of a sample size, I believe, to that point that you just made. All right, he's Austin Norman. I'm Nick Sainert. I am live at the Chocolate Season out here, Williamsburg Village, just off of 40th and Old Cheney. If you don't know where that's at, we're live at the Chocolate Season in Williamsburg Village. Come out, satisfy the sweet tooth before you celebrate Easter this weekend with your family. If you need a last-second gift, if you need some extra candy, extra sweets to put in an Easter basket or whatnot. I grabbed an order of the peanut butter balls. But nonetheless, we're here until 2 p.m. They are open until 5 p.m. today. They are also open 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow on Saturday. Chocolate Season has everything you could think of, from chocolate boxes filled with varieties of different things, chocolate-covered foods, peanut brittle. As I mentioned, peanut butter balls. They have some specialized Easter kind of chocolates and gifts for you guys. And then also some coffee cake and muffins and scones and quiche even as well. So there's a lot of options here at the Chocolate Season in Williamsburg Village. Let's take a break, come back, wrap things up here from the Chocolate Season on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster! That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you'll get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
The Stars are home this weekend for a pair of pivotal Western Conference games. It all begins on Friday night as the Sioux Falls Stampede come to town for a 7:05 p.m. puck drop. Don't miss Down Syndrome night the next day on Saturday, with the action getting started at 6:05. Haven't been out to a Stars game yet this season? Don't miss out, because only 3 weeks are left in the regular season. Tickets are available at LincolnStars.com.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures. All things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
This is a house of learned doctors.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
As soon as your eyes shut, I'm going to punch you square in the face.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here in the studio, Austin Orman with you, getting you set up for On the Block with Strick and Austin. Okay, Nick is connected. Do we have Nick?
There we go. Okay,
Hey,
do we got
we're
you?
back.
Do you got me? Okay,
We got
perfect.
you.
Well, it worked all good for the last 5 minutes or so, but then we're good to go. Come on over. We're gonna bring in Erica for these last couple of minutes here. Go ahead and hop on that headset. We're about just a couple minutes away. Would we be able to show the bunny on air? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So now's the time. Get on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 961. Once again, we're live here at the Chocolate Season, just wrapping things up. We're here until 2 p.m. or so. You might go a little bit over, but that's just fine. As guess what? So if you have not heard, myself, Terrell, Chief, and Bach all made jelly bean filled chocolate Easter bunnies for this weekend. These are sold out. So the guys, theirs already gone. They took theirs away. They turned out really well. We're joined by Erica, the owner of the Chocolate Season. Thanks for having us out, first of all. Oh my gosh, yes. This place is awesome. We love this place. We want to come back. So talk about how many of these you guys make in a single day.
Oh, and we have so many products that we make tons of products all the time.
Yes.
So they go in phases. Like Hannah had a bunny day where she just cranked them out round after round. So
Yeah.
I think that they try to knock out a ton of the bunnies in like just 1 week where every day was bunnies.
Okay.
But easy for them to do a couple dozen a day.
Couple dozen. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it took us an hour to do one.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
So I'm gonna let you unmold it.
Okay. So here we're gonna bring this,
Okay.
as you can see on the stream here.
So I already took the clips off, and you're gonna get your fingers in here and
Okay.
pull this mold off, kind of like face off.
Sounds
with
good.
John Travolta. and
Yes.
Nicolas Cage. Okay, so that's very good.
Just simple like that.
Yeah, very nice. Very good.
Wow.
So good job. So you don't have a lot of paint stuck in there. So
Which
that
is a
means
good
you
thing.
did a good job painting.
Yes.
Yep. So then you're going to take this and you're going to crack it very gently like an ice cube tray. So
Okay, so just-
kind of. So you want to hold it.
Oh, there we go. It's already starting to come
So
out.
just kind of like this, like.
Oh,
crack.
okay. I can pick
And
it up.
then I want you. See, we told you. You missed.
I
a little
know, I
spot,
needed a-
little butt spot
Dang
there.
it.
But you're going to trust fall the bunny into your hand. Okay.
Gotcha.
So there you
Okay.
go.
Perfect. So crack it.
Yep. Trust fall.
Just
it.
like that.
Yep. Put them right there. And then we're going
Whoa.
to put them in a little. Usually I have these in nice little boxes, but I put
Yeah.
all the Easter stuff away.
Well, it's okay. Well, and you sold out of these.
Yes. We sold the last of them this morning.
You sold out of these, so thankfully we were able to make some. But there it is.
Yes. And then
So
you get to put a bow on it for your girlfriend.
yeah, I did say I was going to give it to my girlfriend.
Yes.
I want to keep it. It's kind of a
Yeah.
memento.
So then you're gonna gather up the bag up to the top of the ear because it's an asymmetrical looking bunny.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna cut a ribbon and you're gonna put a bow on it and I'll trim the bag for you.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a super cool little, I guess, activity that we were able to do here, and it just gave us a glimpse into.
Let's see how your bow tying
Oh,
goes.
gosh.
Chief had the best bow. I
Did he
mean,
actually?
Yeah, he did.
Chief had a nice bow. I honestly don't know if I've ever tied. I'm just gonna do it like I do my shoes.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's
mean-
the whole idea. Don't break the ear though.
I know
Yeah.
because I remember you telling us like the ear is one of the more
Yeah,
fragile
it
parts.
is. Yeah, because that's the thin spot. In the bunny.
Yeah,
So very
okay,
good.
so-
good.
Just tighten that up.
Yep. And then we're
Give
gonna.
it plenty of room.
Was it tying the shoes? Isn't there something about a bunny going around a tree?
Something like that. I remember what the board used to look like that I would practice my shoe tying on. I could not tell you
There's
how.
something about like the bunny ears, and then
Yeah, see,
I
and
always thought you had to like choke the bunny with like. So it's like,
Seriously.
this is morbid. This is awful.
Seriously. Okay, so let's talk about the chocolate season a little bit. Why the chocolate season?
Why? Like, why not? Why wouldn't you want to play with food all day?
I
But,
know.
honestly, no. I was. I have a degree in like a marketing journalism degree, and did my due diligence like every millennial. Went to college.
Oh yeah.
And I had my first marketing job. And I just didn't really love it, honestly. I just, you have big ideas when you're in your 20s. And I felt like the place I was working was like not valuing all my ideas.
Mhm.
I thought it was God's gift to the marketing team, which obviously I wasn't. But I just
God's gift to the chocolate world.
yeah, but I just felt like
There it is.
I don't know, unfulfilled. And I always had great memories of my grandma and what her food
Yeah.
evoked in me internally. And I said, what if I did that for a living and I could give that feeling to others or for people that don't cook or don't gift or don't tie bows? I I can help them reach people in their lives and connect with them better.
Talk about the team before we get out of here,
Yeah.
because there's
so
a
many
lot
good
of,
ones.
I mean, and I've had conversations with a couple of them just throughout today. They've been super helpful, awesome for us. And we can't thank you guys enough for having us out here, but talk about the team, because
Okay.
obviously your talents there. Talk about your team on
Well,
what they can do for this place.
Oh, they do so much. Honestly, I'm nothing without the team. I have my kitchen team. So that's Koya, Jillian, and Hannah, and then myself. And so everything here is made by them.
Wow.
So everybody's like, oh, did you run out? I'm like, well, there's 3.5 of us. I say half because I'm also managing front of house and doing
Of course.
office and networking and then kitchen. So there's 3.5
There's
of
only
us.
3.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
That's it. So it's a lot of really good time management,
Yeah.
multitasking, synchronizing projects on the production board so we can use our time to the best of our abilities. As you can see, there's lots of projects that have lots of steps.
Oh, yeah.
Front of house, baristas, I have shift leads. I have the baristas, and they're cross-trained. They help make the quiche. They make the waffles on the weekends. So they're really a super talented crew, and we hire for culture fit because we always want to have the team and customer experience at the forefront of what we do. I feel like we can train just about anyone, but if you don't have that fit of, I really do want to make your day special, then
Yeah.
it's just not going to work out here.
Well, they certainly made our days extremely special. It was a lot of fun today. We've been here since about 7:30. Drive-through here opens up at 7 a.m.
Yes.
The actual shop opens up, or the place to sit down, the lobby, not the lobby. What am I trying to think about?
I just say front of house.
The front house, the
Yeah.
cafe area,
Yeah.
opens up at 8 a.m. They're open until 5 p.m. tonight. Open 8 a.m. to 2 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yep.
tomorrow on Saturday. So you still have a
Closed
little
for Easter Sunday.
Yes,
but
closed for
normally
Easter.
Saturday and Sunday 8 to 2, waffles served
Yes.
8 to 1.
Waffles.
And yeah,
There it is,
bro.
They
Next
got
live
everything.
remote.
They got everything.
Oh my gosh, you guys could
for
make your
guys.
own waffles.
There's so much there. All right, let's go and get ready to get out of here. Couple last things. Where can people find you? Not only in Williamsburg Village, can they order online? Can
Oh
they have
yes,
group
the
orders?
website is amazing. Yeah, you can do cafe menu, so you can like pre-order drinks and come in and pick them up. If you have a big order for just like your crew or the office, you can do that. All the products online, you can choose pickup, so you can order whatever you want. We'll make it for you, and then you say, "I want that on Wednesday. I want that next Tuesday,"
Yeah.
and we say, "Got it, bro. We'll be ready for
Perfect.
you." Or you can ship nationwide. We ship nationwide. We've been to every state in the nation.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
They have moved back from Iowa. They're no longer Iowa's gone. Gone. It's Nebraska now.
Yes.
Here we go as they are here and blessing everybody around Williamsburg Village. So here we go. Once again, huge thanks to the chocolate
Thank
season.
you.
Huge
It's
thanks
been
to Erica for
fun.
having us out here, allowing us to make
Oh
the
my-
chocolate
the best.
bunnies.
Look at that splatter technique.
I wish I would have done the little
Wonderful job.
pink specks on the backside,
You know,
but it all works out
that's
well.
okay.
Huge thanks to the board ops, the producers back in the studio, Josh Lil, Bill Miller. Thanks to AG, AD, DP, Rebecca, Beatrice Bakery for coming out.
Crew is so fun.
Make
You guys
sure.
are so fun.
Thank you. Make sure you stick around. On the Block with Strick and Austin is coming up next. Don't forget, we have a couple of things going on this weekend. Supernovas tomorrow night on the station as well. But first, if you need an Easter gift, if you need some chocolate, if you need to satisfy
Truffle
your
bar
sweet
is
tooth,
so full. Got so
truffle
many
bars.
truffles.
How about
Yeah,
that?
so much.
Chocolate season, 40th and Old Cheney, just off the corner, Williamsburg Village. Come on over, see Erica, see the team. Make sure you tell them 93.7 the tickets sent you as well.
Yes, that'd be so much fun.
We're out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.
Bye.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet.